Hi,
How's it, Marina?
good, and you?
Very well, thanks.
That's good. Welcome to the BBHC podcast.
Thanks.
Cool. So, the reason why we wanted you on today is because you just recently finished our 2-month health program. That's very well done.
Thanks.
So, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about how it affected your life. But before we start, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I do conservation for, I'm an environmental conservationist. That's my calling or my job, if you want to say.
Yeah.
I go through periods of high activity and then periods of office. So it's very inconsistent and generally I'm a fairly energetic person. And I'm fairly healthy. I never get sick. But I had my motivations for starting this program.
Good. And what did you think about the program before you started it?
I didn't have much information. I know you guys were having huge success because I'd seen some other people on it and they were doing so well. I never liked the idea of any sort of fasting. So there was some preconceived ideas that I had that stood in the way.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh, that's for poop. And in what world don't you eat 3 meals a day? That's been like my standard stable day since I was, I don't know, my whole life.
Yeah.
You eat 3 meals a day, even if they're small meals. Every other diet I've done, not that fasting is a huge part of this diet, but it just turns out that you eat less and you don't actually need to eat 2 times a day.
Yeah.
So I think that was my main kind of block. I was like, I don't want to starve myself, and I don't want to, because I feel ill and then I feel weak and I need fuel to run.
Yeah.
So that was, I'd say, my only one.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you sending me a message once in the beginning of the program. We're like, I'll never, I'll do it for these 2 months and then that's it. I'm not.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And also, I'm going to have my 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
And I think I was 3 days in and I was like, I cannot eat breakfast. I'm so full.
I know.
And it's not like that's ever happened. I normally, when I eat 3 meals a day, it's because I'm hungry. I'm hungry in the morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bit of a habit too. But I was just I was chockers and I just thought, okay, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm going to have to make a plan to kind of at least skip 1 meal. Yeah. And it gets really interesting as you move through the program as well.
Yeah. And it's amazing how 1 for 1 every person is like that. I'll never, and then, I can't.
Just can't do it. You just your whole system changes. I think this happens.
Yeah. Excellent. And so when you started the program, were you nervous? What were your thoughts?
No, because I could tell I was going to be able to eat my 3 meals a day. I mean, that's, there's no restrictions, and it's quite a nice, relaxed diet. It's not at first I was a bit annoyed that I didn't have to weigh my food because it's then it's very strict and, you feel very sort of like you're doing the right thing. But as it turns out, you just don't need to.
No.
You don't need to do that because you're not hungry and you're not, if I had to now weigh out food and eat a certain amount, it wouldn't work. And when I ate well. I never sort of try to skimp on dinner or whatever. I ate until I was super full. So you don't need all those kind of major restrictions.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the diet, it looked fairly doable. It didn't seem like a hectic concept. So I was actually quite ready for it.
Oh, great. Yeah. Great. And do you feel it was money well spent?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think on any other diet, and I've dieted many times over the years. But you're normally doing it solo. So you fall off the wagon, you have a conversation with yourself, you go, okay, whatever. But when you have somebody to just communicate to you about how you're feeling. I mean, in the beginning I had a few rough weeks.
Yeah.
And I just having somebody check in and say, oh, well, do this and try that and whatever, and then finding a solution to, feeling so very bad. There were times where in my hips and my lower back I had a lot of pain.
I remember.
Yeah, quite a lot. But I was just detoxing so much stuff. And I knew that was happening. I felt that toxin, coming out.
Yeah.
So I think and I know a few other people who've been on the program with you, the mentorship part of it is just that daily communication
Yeah.
is a game changer. Actually, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, when did you realize that you kind of like this lifestyle and that you want to continue with it after the program?
So I realized it probably about a month in, because it was going to be just like the whole detox.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think you might remember that I was concerned about my liver. I felt very congested and I
Yeah.
didn't feel healthy, and that's actually why I started the diet. And I had this concern that livers are weak in our family. My dad died of liver cancer. His mom died of liver cancer.
Oh wow.
So that is like a bit of a consideration. Like, you've got to take care of that body part because it's not a strong genetic organ for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'll just do this. I'll get this out of the way. I'll detox. I'll reset my liver, and then I'll go forward. And then I realized it's so much easier than the other way of life, because
Yeah.
you don't have to eat all the time. You're not hungry. My energy level, definitely completely different.
Oh wow.
But for me, I think the biggest change was concentration.
Okay.
I was really struggling to, in the morning I'd get bored of my work and I'd feel like tired, and I'd actually leave and go do something else or find some reason to go out of the office,
Yeah.
But I knew, and I felt kind of foggy. And then during the program, at some point, I think it was on my birthday, I had a piece of, it wasn't a cheese, but it was like a keto cheesecake at about 10:30 in the morning. I was exhausted afterwards. I felt so tired. I was like, oh my God, I clearly cannot,
Yeah.
and if I don't eat breakfast, I don't do anything else, energy's there the whole day.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, this definitely, there's huge lifestyle changes that will stay with me because it just works, and I have to do my work and I don't get tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And was there anything that happened or changed that surprised you that you didn't think would happen on a program like this?
Not eating and having energy was probably the biggest one, because I've never believed, you eat, you've got energy, everybody's happy, but not eating when you don't need to, especially, just if you don't have that crash of energy.
Exactly.
That really was surprising, because I have always had the complete opposite information. That you eat and it's carbs give you energy. I've known carbs are good, and I've never been a big carb eater. But not having breakfast and then being so energetic until about 1-2 o'clock, then I get hungry.
Yeah.
It was a huge surprise.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. And so, are you looking forward to the future and as a result of this and that type of thing?
Yeah, I am, because I know that if I go on with it, I will keep improving my health.
Yeah.
And I will also keep losing weight, because I still want to get a little bit lower. I've lost over 8 kg so far, which, I mean, it really, and all in this liver area where I felt congested.
Yeah.
So my clothes are falling off. I'm going to have to buy new clothes. It's a very expensive diet, and you have to start buying a whole new wardrobe.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But so I definitely will. I'll also carry on with it. There's no reason not to. There's also interesting, so many things you can eat.
Yeah.
That and that you can substitute for the things that you love, and that you thought, well, I can't give that up. You can have those treats, and there are substitutions.
Yes,
that are nice, super nice.
Yes, so it's not like you'll want for anything or anything like that.
Definitely not.
Great. Well, we really enjoyed having you on the program. It was fun working with you.
Yeah.
And before we end off, tell me a little bit more about what you do, because I know you do great work, and it's always good that everyone knows about it.
So we do environmental conservation. We focus on 2 areas. We do land restoration. So we get degraded land with a lot of alien invasive plants, erosion and stuff like that. We restore that land, usually for game reserves and that kind of thing. And then we do a lot of environmental education. So children of all ages, adults. We have programs for all different sort of sectors of society. To really bring up awareness of people of what the current environmental issues are. I have found over the many years of doing this that there's generally a lack of understanding of the environment and what the issues are. So
Yeah.
we've created very specific education material to kind of handle that. And then also sometimes we get to do cool stuff with the specific species like rhino and elephants, and helping with some lion rescues and stuff like that. So that's also always the fun. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Not that the other stuff's not fun, but when you get to work with animals directly, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting career. It's not your general thing. It's not, and I must have. I would struggle to just do office work. It would be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Because I do love being outside, and that's kind of my whole passion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do love what I do.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what's the organization called? And if they want to find out more about it, where are you?
Yeah. So the organization is called the Lawrence Anthony Earth Organization. It was founded by the late Lawrence Anthony, who wrote a book called The Elephant Whisperer, where he discovered his passion for it goes into the story. It's a beautiful story, but essentially it spreads the story about the importance of conservation. And then he started the organization, and we just carried the torch on. And it's such a critical thing right now with the planet under such pressure that we have to start really being serious about the environment and what it does for us. And there's stuff that anybody can do to improve the scene that they can do themselves. So it's getting that message out and what people need to contribute to actually make for a better world for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's the Lawrence Anthony Earth Organization.
Okay. And you got a website? Are you on social media?
We've got a website. We're on social media. We're on Instagram. We're not great on Instagram, but anyway, I'm pretty good on social media. But we do have a website and social media.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the podcast, and good luck for your future and keeping the lifestyle and keep losing weight and getting healthy. And
thanks. I definitely will. 100% decided.
Okay, excellent. Cool.